Today is a sad morning. Happy morning for some, Today we're going to be viewing the funeral for Ozzy Osbourne. I'm not going to lie, kind of dramatic for myself, but I did cry already. I was listening to what was it? I was on my. Today's been a really early morning. I had to get up at like 3 a.m. to go take my family to the airport. But as I was driving home, it was mama, I'm coming home, and for a lot of other people that can trigger a lot of feelings and things like that, and that's what made me cry. So you can hear everyone chanting right now. Let's see. Sharon just came out, and his kids came out. They looks like they stopped by one of the memorial spots and made an appearance. I'm gonna turn it up on my side. Man, I rushed home. I have like an hour. Distance between here and the airport. So I had seen that this was happening when I woke up. I got up at about 3, and then I had hopped on Twitter or X, and I saw that. I was wondering when his funeral was going to actually happen, and it said that it was going to happen today at 7 our time, here Central Time in America. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to get there as soon as possible. So I once I finished dropping my family off, I head back home, and like I said, I got all emotional coming back home, and then I got here and I was like, I need to get my stuff ready. So I went into the closet and I grabbed my suit, and I put my suit on, and I was just like, man, I was like, this is nice, but realistically, I was like, if this was how it was, I'm going the way that, like, I feel the most comfortable, and I think would have been, awesome to go do just in general. But I put my vest on, and I have my suit on, and I feel like this is the best way I can represent that coming from here in America. Witnessing this, obviously, it's different over there, and I'm happy that they all get to view it. It's definitely something that back before Ozzy just did his last show. I was speaking to my wife about going over to England so I could go watch him, and I had sustained an injury in my foot. I had to get surgery. There were a couple things that got in the way, and I just was like, yeah, this isn't gonna work out. But it was definitely possible. It was like something that could have happened. So it looks like they're transporting him further. So looks like they mute the audio like back and forth. I was when I was in the military, there was a point where I was with the Air Force Honor Guard, and we had to do a lot of like these funeral proceedings, and it was very, very morbid. It was very healing for a lot of people. And it was also like really hurtful for a lot of people in different ways. You don't really know what's going to happen until the person is laid to rest. I was, a lot of the time, whenever I was witnessing people being put down, they you would see family members obviously very very emotional. It was very upsetting, obviously, to a lot of people. And when emotions run hot and high, things can just happen. So we hope as things move forward today that everything goes clear and safe, and um, you know, it just goes forward safe and sound. You know, when I was in the when I would stand there in the cemeteries, it's you'd read some of the gravestones, and that kind of, gives you a better appreciation for life. You start seeing people who passed away when they were, 17, some 9 years old. You see some that were infants. Then you see obviously grandparents, and um, when when you when you have that wide range, um, I don't know, it does something to your brain. I'm not gonna lie. Once you see it like enough, you kind of just feel a little numb to it, but also, like I said, it's always something that you appreciate. Like during Memorial Days, I like going out to the cemeteries to offer thanks to those people who have passed. Uh, all right, so they're moving forward now. It seems like they're trying to get to potentially typically the process will go through where they take the body to the chapel or to wherever the person wants to be laid to rest. If there is a viewing, then that viewing typically happens for a number of minutes or hours. Then the body will typically, after the like proceeding with where they have the ceremony and everything, for that viewing is when they have it. Sometimes people don't typically do it before, but I've seen people do it before. But that was with like much smaller crowds of people, or smaller groups of families. Um, so I'm not exactly sure where they are in the entire process, but I know that it's more or less just starting. So it'll be touch and go as I continue to stream. We'll see, you know, what happens, because we don't know if they're gonna film the entire thing. Like if it was a president, then they would more than likely film pretty much everything. They have it like in the chapel. It all kind of goes down. So I don't know exactly what they plan on doing. So let's see if we switch over and we can find. Um, let's see if we can find any other streams. Yeah, it looks like they're probably just waiting at this point. Yeah, seems like all the cameras are on the pretty much the same thing. We'll switch over here. Now, I hope this doesn't break any YouTube rules. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know how it works with like streaming other people's stuff. Like I said, I've only been doing this for like a week, so we'll see what happens. It's kind of wild looking back on the catalog of songs. I had made a video the other day talking about my top 10 favorite songs, and I was writing down in my journal, and I was just comparing and contrasting, and I thought about how there's so many different avenues to which you can like his music and like what you can feel towards it. Like I've said, I've always tend to be on the more like emotional side of it. A lot of people, obviously emotions go into different things, but when I hear some of his songs, man, they just bring something out in me. And a lot of other artists can do that for a lot of other people. He's just one that has consistently been there for me for a good period of time. And for me, since I like hyperfixate on like artists, it's been one that he's just been like in my top 5 artists for pretty much the past 10 years. Looks like people are bringing their phones up, so something's about to happen. Let's turn it up. The rest of this week I'm going to be chilling at the house by myself, and I'm with the family away. I'm kind of like I feel happy, but I'm also like, it's a break. I'm a full-time dad. I do it all the time. My wife just sent me a picture of them on the airplane. And the reason I don't go, I don't head out there is because I have medical appointments and things like that. Like, I messed my foot up pretty bad, like a month ago. So I have a lot of appointments. I have medicine, that kind of stuff here that I can't take over. So I am chilling. So I'll be streaming pretty much every day, multiple times a day for a little bit. Hopefully the funeral starts pushing forward soon. They do drive obviously really slow, so that way everyone can see. So we shall see how they move forward. I'm gonna look over and see if they have, if it's moved over. You can scan over them. Yeah, so it looks like they'll probably be over here. They'll probably make the stop and just, I guess in a way, pay respects. If anyone's in the stream, if you are an Ozzy fan, what are your top 5 favorite songs from Ozzy Osbourne? I'm gonna post that too. Looks like we cut. So it looks like they're opening it up to people. I wonder if they stopped the caravan. Yeah, so it looks like they're letting people in. I'm not exactly sure if it is over or not. I'm kind of like hesitant on waiting that long because it can take a while. It can literally take hours depending on what the family wants to do. So we may end the stream. I love how it says, warning, stream includes strong language. Just in case anyone drops F words. Some F bombs. I do look cracked out. Alright. Well, it looks like things have ended. Look at that. Man, they got it for everybody. They're everywhere. Even in, this is like maybe India or something. Yeah. Okay. Well, we will hop back on if we start seeing more, but as of now, it's pretty much just going to be like the crowd of these people. So we're going to end the stream for now. And, if they come back, I'll hop back on. But if they don't, thank you for stopping by. And rest in peace.